What's going on, guys? My name's Coach Cheko. I'm here at Move. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to know which direction your hips are facing within your body and a little drill exercise to kind of correct that if that's a problem. If you're having pain in the hips, maybe it's a good sign to just check this move out and give it a shot just to see how you feel after and retest after to see if it made a difference or not. With this exercise or assessment, you're going to want to lay onto your back. And the goal here is to use your hand to cup right onto that bottom rib cage right there on one side. Then you're going to take your legs and you're going to drop them off to one side. And then as you feel that hand lifting up on those ribs like I do right now, then I know that's the time to stop. Since I feel the ribs lifting up and the legs have went off to one side, I noticed that they're going maybe like a foot away from the starting position. So I'm going to keep that in mind as I measure the other side. So now that I'm going to measure the other side, same thing. I'm going to cup right onto the bottom few ribs. I'm going to lightly push down so that I can get some more feedback as I drop my legs off to the opposite side. So as I'm dropping the legs off to the opposite side, I wait until I feel like my hand is lifting up off that rib cage. And then what I'm seeing based off of my assessment is that my legs fall off to the right side a little bit more than they do on the left side. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show the exercise that's gonna help me make that test a little bit better. As we saw on that test, as I pushed onto one side and dropped my knees off to that side, I saw that my ribs started to lift a little bit later on this side in comparison to this side. So what that told me is that my hips naturally orientate towards the right a bit more than the left side. So to kind of reverse that pattern and help me push out of this side and contract the obliques on the opposite side, helping me orientate my pelvis to a more neutral position, this exercise is going to be key for that. The way you want to get into it is you want to make sure you have a block to keep that neck relaxed, because as you keep that neck relaxed, you can make some big changes through these kind of drills. So the way that I want to get set up is I want to make sure that my feet are just a couple inches off the floor and about hip width apart. I'm going to want to give myself a big exhale, fully getting air out of my body. So I'm fully exhaling, getting all the air out. After the air is out, I'm going to want to do a small side crunch to where there's a little bit of space underneath me and the floor right here. And I just want to feel those side abs turn on. Once those turn on there, I'm going to push my top knee forward just a little bit, just like so. After it's forward, I'm going to lift up that knee and maintain all three of those cues together. Big exhale, big side crunch, big knee lift. And when I'm breathing here, I want to make sure it's very calm. So when I'm breathing in through my nose, I want it to be silent. And when I'm exhaling out my mouth, I want it to be fully. That way the diaphragm is operating as best as it can. And when I'm breathing in that calm way, what it's doing, guys, is it's creating changes in the patterns that my body chooses to use. So if I were to hyperventilate in that position, my body would see that correction exercise as a threat and just throw it all away, and I wouldn't make any changes. But the fact that I was calm, turning on the exact muscles that I need to help get my pelvis back into a more neutral position, I was able to make some changes through that just because I was more calm. My body saw it as something that's nice, something that's very pleasant in that rest and digest state. So after we made those changes, we'll retest, and the test will let us see if my hips made any changes or not, if it pulled it back into a neutral position, or if it made it worse, or if it did nothing at all. So we'll go ahead and retest and see what happens. Alrighty, now that we worked the glute and the oblique on that side, we're gonna retest and see if the hips orientate towards the same side, if there's any changes or not. So let's go ahead and find out. So I'm pushing down on my ribs, just like so, on one side, and I'm gonna drop them off to the opposite side. And pretty quickly, my hands are starting to lift on that side. So I'm going to stop right there. That's how I know the test is done, guys, is when I turn, you see my hand lifting right off my chest as my legs go to the side. That's how I know when to stop. All right. Stopped just like that. Now as I go off to this side, it stopped pretty equally. So when I first did this move earlier today, My knees went a lot further before I felt anything happening on this hand. But now after that exercise, as I go side to side, I feel my hand lift as I go to this side. I feel my hand lift as I go to this side. And it's fairly equal. Based off that test, they're fairly equal as I go side to side. That's how I know that we made some good changes. And you can even walk around and try it out for yourself and you'll feel a big difference.